Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. I wanted to do something that I haven't done really at all before. I guess I kind of did it a little bit with Dress Up Darling, but basically I wanted to have sort of like a PSA or sort of like heads up thing about an upcoming series that I think is really worth getting into before it like explodes. And I did want to make this video much earlier, but I've been sort of tied up with other things or a bit lazy. But basically, I wanted to make a short video highlighting how freaking good Dandadan is. Now, you've probably heard it going around that this new anime is coming out, I believe, next season around October. Animated by Science Saru, and the opening done by Creepy Nuts. The Dandadan, the manga, is made by one of the assistants from Fujimoto, the author of Chainsaw Man. Pretty much all his assistants went on to do really interesting and crazy things, like one of them went to do Spy Family, one of them did Hell's Paradise, and one of them did Dandadan. Now, Dandadan is the latest thing to get an anime, and I think it's the best out of those three. I think that it is an incredibly unique series, nothing else really like it. Sure, there's like elements of traditional shonen in it, and a lot of the story beats are things we've seen before, but the way it's executed is so special and so unique, and the overall narrative is so off the wall and like crazy that you can't predict what's going to happen next. The art is always on point, it's always incredible, and where it is currently in the manga is a really nice sort of like stopping point to like get into the franchise and have enough to read and be entertained and just like really get involved in it. And as of recording, it is on a month-long hiatus, and there's just a lot of hype around the franchise. Now, I got into Dandadan around like chapter 20 to 30. It was very, very early on. They're now over 100 chapters, and that is really, really cool. I can't believe I've been reading it as long as I have, and it's just really, really cool. Great characters, great story, and a really, really unique and fun concept. For those that don't know, I'll do a really, really quick and try not to spoil anything sort of synopsis. So basically, there's a guy and a girl who are sort of polar opposites of each other. In school, they get involved with each other's sort of business and get caught in an argument where one is a stout believer in UFOs and extraterrestrial life, and the other is big into supernatural beings, yokai, spiritualism, things like that. Each person believes the other is wrong, that stuff doesn't exist, and so the sort of alien otaku dares the girl to go to the sort of like biggest abduction heavy area locally to them, and the girl dares the guy to go to the most sort of like haunted area of that sort of location. Anyway, long story short, she gets abducted and he gets cursed, and then it just goes from there. It's just really crazy, really fun, and just so cool. The cast keeps growing bigger and bigger. Everyone feels much larger than life. The way that the author is able to characterize any single like main character or side character in like 1 or 2 chapters is incredible. For example, there was a chapter in the last arc that just happened where I think it was the entire chapter was without any dialogue, and it was so like beautifully characterized that it's like, oh wow, I like really get it. And just the skill and storytelling that's on display here is so good, and I think it'll make a fantastic anime. I think it's a 2-core anime, so it's going to be like 24, 26 episodes, and I just think it'll be fantastic. I just think that it would be really cool if people get into it before it becomes an anime and before it becomes like a big fad. And this video is just a really quick sort of like heads up to be like, hey, you should get into this before I think it gets like too big and it's just like the cool thing to get into. I think it'd be nice if you sort of discover it on your own and enjoy it on your own before it like explodes. Similar to like Dress Up Darling, like I was reading that before it became an anime. When it became an anime, I was like, oh cool, that's nice. I'm glad that everyone's liking it, and I do really think they should have sped up that season 2, but it is nice that it is continuing, and it is nice a lot of people still really, really like it to this day. I feel like Dandadan might like explode like the next big shonen, because Demon Slayer is doing like the movie thing for its finale, Jujutsu Kaisen's not getting another season for a little bit, and Dandadan is able to sort of like spread its wings at the back end of this year, and I think it'll be like the big thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It was just me saying like, hey, get into this thing because I think it's really cool. Yeah, there's already merch for the franchise, which is really cool. The manga was that popular, there's already stuff. I've got a bunch of badges and shikishis. I still haven't opened these for some reason, but the art in the franchise is just so incredible, so many good characters. And a lot of the characters like have really good drip. There's a lot of promotional art of them like that. There's already tons of figures on the horizon. They've announced SH Figure Arts for the line, and I just think they're going to go all in on this, and I do hope that it performs to expectations. I hope that everyone loves it as much as I do, and I am so happy I got into the franchise. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you do check out Dandadan, and I will see you all next time.